Hey, what's up? It's me again. Well, what do you know? I'm back with another video from my bedroom over here. And I don't know how soon I'll be back in Texas, but I'm starting to miss Texas. Well, what I'd like to talk about today is a number of things. First of all, I'd like to start out by saying that although this may not look like a flight of stairs for my Fitbit, it certainly does become one. But I'd rather not really go into detail about how and why I do this, because some people would consider that cheating. But it's just totally awesome to know that, and I've been doing this for years, that even though I don't have an actual flight of stairs, since this is a one-story house, I have something that can suffice. A trick that I've learned in order to get my one flight of stairs, or one or more flights. I'm always happy to have more, but one is my goal for the simple reason that, as I've stated before, if I hurt myself on that second flight of stairs, that would not be good. But I digress. The other thing I'm happy about is that we're back into the waxing gibbous phase of the moon, which means we're less than a week from a full moon. And while I'd love to be back in Texas where I can have my telescope to look at it, I don't know if that light looks right or not. I love to be back in Texas, but unfortunately that won't happen until the next full moon after that. So anyway, basically when the moon rises in the day and sets at night, it's waxing. When the moon rises at night and sets in the day, it's waning. It's simple as that. You know that the moon is behind the sun in the waxing phase and a little ahead of the sun in the waning phase. So anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is a number of silly things, once again, as always. And I'd like to talk about two things that I really cannot stand. Okay? I want to title this video, I Hate Oreos, because one thing that really makes me mad is that there are so many foods out there that cause upset stomachs or diarrhea if eaten in a high quantity, and people just don't know exactly what they are. I mean, if you break it down scientifically, you can figure it out, but man, do I wish somebody would write a book about all the foods that cause diarrhea or can cause diarrhea. I mean, he would be one rich bastard. It just really makes me mad, that I spent so many years eating Oreos and just loving them, completely unaware of the connection between Oreos and diarrhea. Okay, now, thankfully, I've never had an accident, so to speak, which is my worst phobia, as you well know. But I would have to say that my adolescent years on into my early adulthood, meaning my 20s, were made worse than they even had to be by the fact that due to me eating Oreos so frequently, or I think that's part of it. The other thing was, of course, my monthly cycle. I would frequently get diarrhea, like several times a month. And like I say, never had any accidents or anything like that. But I just wish I knew now. I wish I knew then what I know now about them, which I will not touch an Oreo with this thing stretched all the way out. Okay, that is how I feel about Oreos today. There was a time when it was my favorite cookie. Today, I will not touch them, will not go near them. And that's why it really makes me angry, that people would like to refute what I'm saying about what happened to Angelica in the third movie and what her comeuppance was. Because it's plain as day to me that she is the one that pooped her pants, And I mean, the mere fact that, boys are encouraged to laugh about poop and farts and all that makes it ridiculous to try to say that it was anyone but her, okay? Because Chucky and Younger would have no reason to care if Nigel said they pooped their pants, because it wouldn't be shameful, especially for a boy. Damn it. Boys are just not as ashamed of that as girls are. And I think it's because girls are so ashamed of it that they somewhat take pride in it, because they want to be as different from a girl as they can be. And so, because girls are so shy about pooping, for the simple reason that we don't have to disclose that we are, since we do everything sitting on the toilet, um, they learn to laugh at it because it's like, ha ha, we get to be so different from a girl if we laugh at it. So, anyway, um, there's no getting around it. Angelica poops her pants. Um, so yeah, I hate Oreos. I wish someone would have told me as a teenager just how bad they were for your stomach, so that I wouldn't have spent so much of my life on the toilet and in pain because I ate those damn Oreos. And that's why I will never buy them. Like, they could be free and I would never take a box or a pack of them. So anyway, that's how I feel about Oreos. The other thing I hate is these ABDL furries, which I didn't even know what that was until I was an adult. And of course, I'm not into that for obvious reasons, but I think they're about as low as you can go. These people that identify as some sort of an animal that wears diapers. I don't even know where to begin in describing how sick that is. But there's a lot of them on Twitter. And it's just, when they call themselves a female and they're clearly a man, that is an insult to real women. Because as I've talked about before, real women are not into that stuff. Almost none of those people are women. So anyway, just wanted to talk about that and just say that I hate Oreos. I wish I'd known how bad they were. There's no getting around which character pooped her pants and why. It's the only one that would actually have a reason to care or be ashamed of it. And I think the sickest thing in the world, like, it literally makes me sick to my stomach to know that with all the real problems in the world, there are people that are mad because someone dares to misgender them when they clearly are a man that's delusional.